My name is Diana Messina and I'll be going through the simulator. So when the simulator starts, we instantly start purchasing out of the money call options. You can see here we purchased some 0.05 delta call options, now 0.1 delta call options. When the prices flash with a background of blue or red, we trade those options and we also reset our quote button when the actual numbers are in red to ensure that we remain competitive in the market, which is what we're doing right now. We're purchasing some underlying futures now to ensure that our delta position remains within an absolute value of 6, that we're not breaching that delta position. We're buying some more out of the money call options now here with a delta of 0.02, and you can see that that's increasing the volatility curve that's already skewed towards call options, but it's increasing that volatility curve for call options with a delta between 0.02 to 0.1, so it has a bit of a lumped position at the moment.
My name is Priya Murali, and I will be talking about our strategy as a whole. Looking at the futures price and volatility graph now, we see that there is a slight trend upwards in the price. There's not too much volatility in that underlying assets price at all. So the overall strategy we've chosen to adopt for this particular simulation, which is Akuna 2221, is to purchase slightly out of the money call options. In doing so, we benefit from the trending upwards of the price as well as the low volatility of the underlying asset. We continue to buy out of the money call options to benefit on these movements and hope that the profit and delta Greeks at the end of the simulation will be in our favor. We manage our deltas by purchasing or selling the underlying future and keep the other Greeks in check by adjusting the relevant parameters. I'll now hand over to my teammate Hannah, who will talk in detail about these Greek exposures.
Hi, my name is Yuhan Wu Hannah, and now I'm going to walk you through all the Greeks we have here. First of all, we can see our delta is coming to a 2.1, 2.2 range, which means that for each dollar increase in the underlying future price, we can expect our portfolio to have an increase of now comes to 3.4 in the portfolio value. And next, we can see our Vega is right now having roughly 150, 160, which means that for each percent of volatility increase, we can expect our portfolio, the value of portfolio, to experience also 160 increase. And then we will move on to theta. Now we can see our theta is roughly negative 120. This means that for each day goes by, our portfolio value will decrease around 120, and we have a negative sign here because we are holding a buying position, a long position of our options, hence our negative sign in the theta. And now let's move on to the 1% dollar gamma. Now we're having a roughly 6,500 range. Negative 605,000, which means that for each dollar increase in the underlying future price, we can experience a negative 6,000-ish in our dollar delta, which means the delta times our underlying future price. And here our P&L comes to roughly 3,000 increase, 3,000 gains, because as we expected, the market steadily increased over time. So our strategy of buying slightly out of the money option works in our favor, hence the profit.
So just going back to the simulator in terms of how we're changing our position, we keep on increasing the volatility for the out of the money call options, so increasing the 0.1 delta call options, and that will slowly move the volatility curve upwards for that delta area. We've had very few delta breaches as we've been purchasing and selling the underlying futures. You can see that the price of the underlying security keeps on trending upwards and looks like it is breaking $371 at the moment from $369, so a bit of a small uptick in the price, but not too volatile. And our gamma and our vega is slowly becoming, our gamma is becoming less negative and our vega has become positive, and theta is becoming more negative. We continue to reset the quote to make sure that we remain competitive in the market. We've decided not to trade too many combinations in our simulator because we found them too risky for our risk position. We found that they increased our gamma and our vega too much, so we traded a few in the simulator, but we didn't take too many positions in that.
So now our simulating is almost very steady on this point, and it will probably come to an end soon. So here we're going to evaluate the risk metric we have here. So as you can see on the insert screen we have here, most of our Greeks have been under control of most of our scenarios, other than just one 30% positive, 30% price movement. In that scenario, our Greeks has been a little out of the control, but we wouldn't be too worried about it because it is really rare that the market would have such dramatic increase in one moment. And we will also, if that does happen, we will also adjust accordingly. But of most of the case, you can see the P&L is steady and the Greeks is also under control. So this sums up for our project.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it.